Now I'm not allowed to say it because the C word is totally banned in our house up until halfway through November, but this will be ready and perfect for Christmas. Hi everyone, welcome to Cupboard Creations. My name is Gareth and this is my little corner of the internet for playing with my food. Today I'm going to take you through something I absolutely adore, which is my caramelised onion chutney. Now this goes so good with a cheese board. Absolutely beautiful. Real kind of sharp and deep, but quite a few spices in there because I kind of like to bring a bit of that in. Let's not hang around, let's get straight to it. Prep wise, we're talking so simple. All we need to do here is chop our onions a bit. So I've got 6 onions, around about 700 grams worth for this is perfect. So we just want to grab one, halve it, and then cut it not quite through the root, but from the root to the tip once. And the reason we want this is because we don't want huge long strings of it in there. We just want a good manageable size. So pull that off. And then we want to cut it quite thin, a couple of mil thin. Just again, just means you're going to get a lot more of it all the way through. You're not trying to put on a huge lump of onion with a bit of chutney surrounding it. Okay, so there's my onion mountain. That's all done. So it's made me feel a little emotional, that. We're all good to go. Now all we've got to do is just head over to the hob and we can start putting everything together. Catch you over there. Okay, here we are. So nice and simple with this. Just want a couple of tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of olive oil just in the bottom of the pan there. You can hear that going, got it up to temperature already. And then we're just going to add in our spices. Now I like this quite heavily spiced. Just brings out loads of flavour and just, it's fantastic. So what we're going to go with is we're going to go with 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds. More in there. We're going to go with half a teaspoon of cinnamon, in the same place. Half a teaspoon of caraway seeds. That's wrong. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then a teaspoon of caraway seeds. Perfect. So that's going to get all fragrant in there. Just mix that around in the olive oil. And then after a minute or so, you'll just really start to smell it. The whole kitchen will start smelling of these lovely spices. Yeah, you can really smell that coming out now. The whole kitchen, yeah, like I say, just smells beautiful. So now, time to put our onion mountain in. Oh no, lost some. There you go, not much gone. Always a little bit ends up on the floor. So we're just going to try and mix these around now. See, it's almost an entirely full pan. That's good, so the spices are mixed through now. And then we're just going to whack the lid on, turn it down as low as we can get it. And we are going to basically just sweat those down for about 15 to 20 minutes. So they're nice and soft, but they haven't got any colour on them yet. I'm going to do all the caramelisation in a bit. So I'll leave that there and I'll come back to you when it's time to crack on with the next bit. See you then. So there we go. This is exactly what we're looking for. Everything's just a little bit more pliable. So now we're going to start that caramelisation process. To do that, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of dark brown sugar. We want to use the soft stuff here just because I really love the flavour of it. So we're just going to mix that in. Nice. And then we're just going to add in my good pinch of salt. Mix that around. And then exactly the same as before, lid back on its lowest heat. We're just going to leave that for 10 minutes and that will just really start darkening up those onions. So, catch you in 10. Brilliant. So that's had its 10 minutes now, looking much darker. So there we go. That's the coloration we're looking for. All we got to do now is add in the last of our ingredients. So what I've got here is I've got 150 ml of red wine vinegar and then match that with 50 ml of balsamic. I'm just going to pour that straight in. And then the last thing is the rest of that sugar. So we had 150 grams of dark sugar in total. I've used 2 tablespoons of it already. Now we just add the rest of that in. Give that a great big stir around. And that's it. Lid off. We're going to turn that up just a little bit, bring it up to a slight simmer. And we're just going to leave that simmering away for about half an hour. Okay, as that comes up to the boil, you're going to get all these beautiful smells all through the kitchen. It's going to smell a lot like a mulled wine almost. It's got all of those flavours in it, which makes it perfect. Now I'm not allowed to say it, because the C word is totally banned in our house, up until halfway through November. But this will be ready and perfect for Christmas. Brilliant, so that's bubbling away really nicely. We're going to turn our attention to these jars. So I'm going to put them in 2 jars here. You can use 1 or 2 or 8 if you've got really tiny ones. What we're going to do is sterilise them. So all we've got to make sure we do is wash them hot soapy water, shove the lids straight into some boiling water, and then put the jars 140 degrees C in the oven. They'll not dry off nicely in there and it'll sterilise it all, and then we don't have to worry about any nasties getting in. Right, so we're done. This is exactly what we're looking for. Really dark. And when you pull it across, your liquid is barely going back to cover it. You can always see the bottom of the pan and then it will just ooze back. We've got our jars, they're all sterilised, lids are all sterilised. Now we've got to do is spoon it out. Now if you've got one of those brilliant little kind of jam funnels, absolutely perfect. I don't, so I'm just going to have to go the scary way. Try and get it in there without spilling too much. Okay, we've gone right to the top here because I can see there's a few little air pockets. So hopefully we're going to give that a bash down. Keeping a towel to do it because this is very hot. Go. Some air pockets gone. I'm just going to whip a little bit out of there, it's a little bit too full. There we go. Smoothie down. Now, while it's all still hot, and it is hot, ouch, grab your lid, wipe it on the top, and screw it up. There we go. And as that cools, that will create that lovely seal. And you'll get that airtight seal. That is warm. So there we are. Our 2 jars of perfectly made, lovely, spicy caramelised onion chutney. They are now going to sit in a cupboard and wait till Christmas. So have a go. And I hope you enjoy it. And please, if there's something that you do for Christmas, something you do a couple of months in advance, let me know. I'd love to hear what everyone else is kind of doing and what they make themselves to kind of get prepared. I mean, I'll always do this one because I'm not going to spend £4 on one come Christmas. It's so much cheaper to make yourself. So drop us a comment below, let me know. What do you do? What's your perfect little Christmas treat? And I'll catch you next time. Cheers.